We're just about to take off away from Santiago. It's a little bit different than the experience of Che and Alberto. They actually stowed away on a boat up to Antofagasta. But we're heading north into the desert. We're going to be on this bus for basically 24 hours. It's already an hour late, which sucks. And we have a full bed that's going to be a lot more comfortable than the stowaway that Che had. So I'm pretty excited. It's going to be good, and I've got my 12-pack of beers to get me through as well.
Well, we're halfway through our 22-hour bus trip to Calama. I've had an interesting trip on the bus so far. Peter's bowel movements are a little bit flatulent, and he upset one of the passengers to the point that he went and told the bus driver, "There's a disgusting pig sitting next to me farting." And then Pete had to do a number 2 on the bus, which apparently isn't allowed, and he came out of the bathroom and the conductor was sitting there going, no number 2s. It's in the spirit of Che Guevara. Apparently when they were travelling through these parts, Che Guevara took a dump out the window and discovered the next morning that he'd crapped all over some peaches that were drying on the roof. Anyway, they got out of there pretty quickly.
The guy last night after my fart tried to actually get them to call the police to have me arrested, and the passenger next to me now is just explaining that they actually do take that kind of thing quite seriously.
Antofagasta is the gateway to the Atacama Desert, the world's driest place.
Well, as the sun sets in Calama, we're just about to end our 20-hour bus trip.
The inland town of Calama was our next stop towards the area's crowning jewel, the open-cut mine of Chuquicamata. But its fond place in our hearts will always come from a faulty ATM that let me continually overdraw to get enough money to continue our adventure. With no buses going to the mine, we opted to hitchhike.
La zona de concepción del epicentro del terremoto del 27.
This is the oldest and the largest open-cut mine anywhere in the world. And if you actually look over there, what look like to be mountains, that's actually the amount of soil that they've taken out of the ground, taken out all the copper, and that's what's left over. So those mountains have actually been created by what's been taken out of this mine since it opened in the early 1900s. It's really quite staggering. Made it about as far as Che and Alberto did into Chuquicamata. This was though really a big turning point for those guys. They came into contact with really the poor people, the indigenous people that they'd been meeting through their whole trip. But it was here in Chuquicamata where they saw the terrible conditions. They saw how much the people were getting screwed over.
You can imagine the working conditions 40 years ago. Apparently it didn't matter where you came from, didn't matter what visa you had, you didn't need one. As long as you were willing to work, they'd give you a job.